we have those voices in our heads, that alter ego, that voice of reason. Today's car, the Citroën C1, requires me to introduce you to my alter ego. I call him Brenwan.
Definitely more sensible and definitely better dressed. Marius, I can't take you seriously in those shorts.
Come on, I mean, you wish you were actually me in this personality. You could wear these wild shorts, but I need you to be sensible and serious about Citroën C1.
Yes, well, thankfully I'm here. Let me be the objective one in this discussion.
Now, this is why I dressed like this, because when I saw that C1, it brought out like the inner candy in me. I was like, wow, so bright, so funky, so fun. As the sensible one, there's no ways you're going to like the C1's looks.
Now look, even though I am wearing the pants today, I actually quite like the styling of it. I mean, it's a little more aggressive. It actually looks determined to claw back some market share.
And they need that, we know that.
They definitely do. I mean, Citroën doesn't exactly set the sales charts of late. They need a little bit of a revival, and I think the C1 could do that for them.
You know, the thing is, it's nice coming from someone sensible like yourself. Even from a styling point of view, they might not be selling, but they've always been cars that look flipping good. I love the bigger rear tail lights. The front end is really aggressive. I think the old C1 was kind of a car that was easy to forget. The new C1 is like C1, want one. That's my opinion.
Exactly. And I mean, we were chatting about the facelifted C1 earlier on, and you said you couldn't remember it. Well, there you go. I think this one is quite a striking car. It's something that young folks and the young at heart are going to be happy to be seen in.
Young, I'm very young. You know what, I want to talk interior quickly as well, because boot for me, you don't expect a big boot in cars like this, and I was pleasantly surprised, up to 196 litres from like 130 odd, so that's an improvement. Interior, beautifully laid out.
Yeah, they've done some serious sorcery in there. I mean, the car is shorter, it's a little narrow.
Funky,
interior
man.
layout is great. I mean, I love the center fascia. It looks like Darth Vader's face, and that touchscreen interface.
Very, very cool.
Great stuff. And I also love the Paul Smith sort of decals on the upholstery. You might like that as well, of course.
You know, we're meant to be disagreeing here as alter egos, but we're both in agreement. Styling is
tops.
Oh
yeah, no, I'm going to chuck in my disagreement soon. But I mean, we can agree on those points. So let's talk about the drive, Marius. What do you think?
Look, I am really impressed. We said earlier, it feels like C1's kind of grown up, become more substantial.
Yeah.
They've done massive improvements to suspension, bigger anti-roll bar, new spring rating. It just makes the car feel really comfortable and really solid on the road. And we drove a town and open road. I was really impressed.
You're right. I mean, the French have always been particularly good at making fun city cars. This is still fun around the city, but it also feels quite stable on the freeway. And I mean, South Africans drive a lot. We know that. We don't spend all our times in the urban jungle. But yeah, I think the Citroën is a car for all occasions. Really.
And I suppose one thing people need to realize too, they've also gone with a big engine. The previous generation came out with a 1 litre. Now the top specs are sitting with a 1.2, so that's 61 kilowatts, 116 Newton meters. And the fun thing for me is I never felt like it was underpowered. Even here on the reef, it felt really sprightly.
The car weighs as much as a burp in a brown paper bag, so it's quite peppy, really fun to drive.
I haven't weighed that before. Safety, but safety.
Yeah.
When last have you seen 6 airbags in what is an A-segment car? It's radical.
Yeah.
ABS, EBD, traction control, those are all standard across the entire board. So that for me is impressive.
You also get hill start assist, which is, I mean, it's great for first-time drivers as well.
Consumption, I mean, I know we haven't tested it. You were saying to me when we were driving around, they're claiming like 4.4 litres per 100, which is amazing. But you're probably going to want to drive this car because it's such a fun drive. You might struggle to get that, but very impressive and below 100 on CO2 too.
Yeah, but I think when you're driving this, you really feel the urge to wring its neck because it's just that peppy, and you want to hear that 3-cylinder growl.
Oh, we love that. We love that.
Citroën says you can get 800 kilometers out of a tank. I'm sure you can if you drive sensible.
But you're not going to want to.
Not really, no. It's one of those small city cars that demands to be thrashed.
So hang on, is this Brenwan, my alter ego, agreeing with me again?
Hang on, I'm getting there. I'm easing into it.
Okay. I absolutely love the Citroën C1. I haven't been this excited about a car in ages. It looks cool, it's amazing.
Hang on a sec. Tell the viewers how much this car costs.
No, I think you need to do that as you are the sensible one.
Okay.
Is this where we're going to agree to disagree?
This is the point where things take a turn. It's 194,900 Rand, almost as much as Marius's shorts, really. It's an A-segment car with a B-segment price tag. Even though it does have a lot of stuff in it, It is cute. I just think a lot of South African buyers are going to find that hard to justify.
I guess. Look, I mean, sliding roof, all those sort of things. I look at it and I go, Fiat 500, sliding roof is more. It's over 200,000. But at least sensibly, they've brought out a middle spec, which comes in just under 170. And then the entry level is coming out next year. The same 1 litre engine that you know in the C1. And that's coming in at just over 140. So they've covered their bases.
They really have. They've looked across the spectrum. I think the entry level and the middle range models would do well for them. This particular model, I'm not so sure. I think it's too expensive to be a real A-segment choice. And it also just doesn't have the same cachet as the Fiat 500.
But you know what it's like, Brendan, style. People pay money for style.
People pay
money for these shorts.